Kansara, Assistant Professor from Electrical Engineering Department of Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today we start chapter number 2 from the subject Analog and Digital Electronics. In this video, we are going to talk about linear application of op-amp, open and closed loop configuration of op-amp, idealized analysis of op-amp circuits, the inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. Linear application of the op-amp. The op-amp application can be classified into two basic categories, namely linear applications and non-linear applications. The linear applications include inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier, unity gain buffer, V2I converter, I2V converter, instrumentation amplifier, integrator and differentiator. Non-linear application includes comparator, schemic trigger, multivibrators, precision rectifier, log and anti-log amplifier. In the linear applications, the nature of the output signal is same as that input signals and the output is proportional to the input, so it is called as a linear applications. Before understanding the linear application, we have to understand open loop and closed loop configuration of the op-amp. An op-amp can be worked into two different modes. The first one is open loop mode and the second one is closed loop mode. This is the figure for open loop configuration. All the ideal characteristics of op-amp discussed till now are corresponding to the open loop operation of the op-amp. The meaning of the open loop operation is that there is absolutely no feedback present from the output to the input. That means no part of output get connected to the input. The configuration of the figure shows the connection of op-amp in the open loop mode. Open loop means the connections from the output is not connected to the input side, so it is called as an open loop. The input signal V1 here, input signal V1 and V2 are applied to the non-inverting and inverting terminal respectively. V1 is called V1 apply at the plus terminal means non-inverting terminal and V2 is applied at the minus terminal means inverting terminal. The differential signal present between two input signal is Vd and Vd can be written as V1 minus V2, difference of these two signal. The open loop gain of op-amp is denoted as A suffix V, AV. AV is called as open looped gain. Its value is very high and the output voltage is written as V output is equal to AV into Vd, where AV is open loop gain and Vd is differential signal means V1 minus V2. Okay. Depending on the polarity of the Vd, the output voltage will be either equal to plus V saturation or minus V saturation. If the difference between these two signal is negative, then output voltage is also negative, and difference between these two signal is positive, then output voltage is positive. Depending on the polarity of the Vd, output voltage polarity will decide. As the AV is very high, a very small value of Vd will drive the op-amp into positive or negative saturations. So the output voltage is not proportional to the differential input voltage. It is mainly depend on the open loop gain. It is therefore not possible to use open loop configuration for the linear amplification. Because of its gain is very high, it is not useful in a amplification applications. The feature of open loop configuration: no feedback is present, output is not connected to the input side, very high voltage gain. Third is cannot be used as a linear amplifier because of its gain is very high. Fourth is used in a comparator, and the fifth one is waveform distortion take place. Closed loop configuration of the op-amp. In the closed loop configuration, some kind of feedback is introduced in the circuit. A part of output is returned back or feedback to the input. Means part of output is connected to the input side is called as a feedback. There are two types of feedback. The first one is positive feedback, or it is called as a regenerative feedback. And the second is negative feedback or a degenerative feedback. Positive feedback or regenerative feedback. If the feedback signal and the original input signal are in phase with each other, then it is called as a positive feedback. A positive feedback is used in an application such as an oscillator and the ischemic trigger or a regenerative comparator. Negative feedback. If the signal fed from the output to the input side is 180 degree phase shift with input signal is called as a negative feedback. If the signal fed back to the input and the original input signal are 180 degree out of phase, then it is called as a negative feedback. And in positive feedback, the output part of output is feedback to the input side is phase with the input signal. In a many application op-amp such as an amplifier, the negative feedback is used. In the amplifier circuit using an op-amp, a feedback resistance RF is connected between the output and inverting terminal as shown in the figure to introduce a negative feedback. As the voltage V2 and V0 are 180 degree out of phase, a fraction of output voltage fed back to the input via RF will also 180 degree out of phase with the input. Hence, RF introduce a negative feedback. The voltage gain of op-amp decrease due to the negative feedback. The main disadvantage in open loop gain is that high voltage gain that can be eliminated in a closed loop by reducing its voltage gain. Advantage of negative feedback: it reduce and stabilize the gain, reduce the distortion, increase the bandwidth. Gain is reduces, so bandwidth is increases. Change the value of input and output resistance. Input resistance increase and output resistance will be decreases. They reduce the effect of the variation in temperature and the supply voltage on the output of the op-amp. The next is concept of the virtual short and the virtual ground. Before understanding of the inverting and non-inverting amplifier, you should understand the concept of the virtual short and the virtual ground. While analyzing the different circuits that include op-amps, we need to use an important concept called a virtual short. According to the virtual short concept, the potential difference between the two input terminal of the op-amp is almost zero. In other words, both the input terminal are approximately at the same potential. Assume that this op-amp is an ideal one. The input impedance is Ri of an op-amp is ideally infinite. Hence, the current I flowing from one input terminal to the other will be the zero. Because of Ri is infinity, this current I is equal to 0. Thus, the voltage drop across the Ri will be 0 and the both input terminal be at the same potential. In other words, they are virtually short circuited. Means here the value of, if op-amp is ideal, Ri is infinity, therefore current flowing into this terminal is 0. Okay, therefore current flowing into both this terminal is 0, therefore both these terminal are at the same potential. It is called as a virtual short. The output voltage of op-amp is given as V0 is equal to AD into VD, and the differential voltage written as VD is equal to V0 by AD. For an ideal op-amp, VD is equal to 0. Here I is equal to 0. Therefore, both these terminal are at the same potential, means V1 is equal to V2. Both voltage values are same. Therefore, VD means V1 minus V2 is 0. Thus, the potential difference between the input terminals is 0. When we short circuited 2 points, they will have the same potential. Due to this reason, the op-amp terminal which are almost equipotential are said to be a virtually, not actually short circuited. Here they are not actually short circuited, they are virtually short circuited by they are at equipotential. They both have same potential, so it is called as a virtual short circuited. This is shown by dotted line in the figure. The next is virtual ground. The first one is virtual short and next is virtual ground. If the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp is connected to the ground, means plus terminal is at the ground, then due to the virtual short existing between the two input terminal, inverting terminal means minus terminal will also be at the ground potential. Only we connected plus terminal at the ground, but there is a virtual short between these two input terminal. The inverting terminal will be at the ground potential. It is called as a virtual ground. Similarly, if the inverting terminal minus terminal is connected to the ground, then the non-inverting plus terminal will be at the virtual ground potential. The concept of the virtual ground has been used extensively in analyzing various closed loop configuration. The next is idealized analysis of op-amp circuit. For all the op-amp application discussed in this chapter, we assume that an ideal op-amp being is used. Therefore, the following assumption will be made while analyzing the op-amp circuit. The first assumption is that as the input resistance of an ideal op-amp is infinite, the current flowing into the input terminal is 0. Means Ri value is infinite, therefore whenever input apply at the input terminal, that directly applied to the op-amp. The virtual short and virtual ground means both the input terminal have a same potential, and if one of them are connected to the ground, they both are the virtual ground. The third one is infinite open loop gain. Fourth one is zero output resistance. That means whenever we applying the output load to this op-amp, then output voltage directly come across the load resistance. Infinite bandwidth. It means it should support all the frequencies starting from 0 Hz to the infinity Hz. Infinite CMRR. The CMRR means how well op-amp is able to reject the common mode signal that applied to the input terminal. It is a ratio of AD by AC. Its value for ideal op-amp is infinite. 0 PSRR, 0 offset voltage, and infinite slew rate. Slew rate means how fast the op-amp to reach its final value. Okay. inverting amplifier. The circuit diagram of inverting amplifier is shown in the figure. The signal which is to be the amplified is applied at the inverting terminal of the op-amp. Here, inverting, the signal which is to be amplified is Vs is applied at the inverting terminal. The amplified output signal will be 180 degree out of phase with the input signal. Here input signal is this and output voltage is this, which is 180 degree phase shift with the input voltage. Therefore, this amplifier is called as an inverting amplifier. The signal is to be amplified is Vs is applied to the inverting terminal via the resistance R1. The other resistance Rf is called as a feedback resistor, is connected between the output and the inverting input terminal. It's called as a feedback resistor. So definition of feedback resistor is that the resistance that connected between the output and inverting input terminal is called as a feedback resistance. It introduces a negative feedback. The non-inverting input terminal is connected to the ground. This is a non-inverting terminal is connected to ground and its voltage is V1, and for inverting terminal voltage is V2, and the signal input signal is Vs. R1 is the input resistance, Rf is a feedback resistance. There is a Vd is a differential voltage between these two terminal. Vo means output voltage. Here again is Av for ideal amplifier is infinity. Okay, as the op-amp is an ideal one, its open loop voltage gain Av is infinity, minus infinity, because here the negative feedback is introduced, and the input resistance Ri for the ideal amplifier is infinity. The negative sign for Av is due to the inverting configuration. The input and output voltage waveform are shown in the figure. The output is an amplified and inverted version of the input signal. Closed loop voltage gain is denoted as a AVF. AVF. The closed loop voltage gain of an amplifier is defined as its voltage gain with external feedback. The expression for the closed loop voltage gain. The non-inverting terminal plus terminal of op-amp is connected to the V1, so therefore V1 is equal to the 0 volt. Using the virtual ground concept, we can say that the inverting terminal means negative terminal is also at the ground potential, therefore V2 is also 0. Thus the V2 is at the virtual ground potential, so V1 and V2 both are 0 volt. Since the input resistance Ri is infinity, the current going into the op-amp is 0. Therefore, current at this point, the current entering into the op-amp is 0. V1 and V2 is also 0. Therefore, current I that pass to the R1 will also pass to the Rf. Using the KCL rule, at this node, the current is a summation of entering this node, going out from this node and going out from this node at this side, but the current in this side is 0 due to Ri is 0. Therefore, both this current is equal. Current flowing into the R1 is the same as current flowing into the Rf. As the input voltage Vs being measured with respect to the ground, and as V2 is at the ground potential, we can say that input voltage Vs is a voltage across the R1 and voltage across the Rf is a output voltage. Therefore, voltage across R1 is Vs and the voltage across Rf is the output voltage Vo. Thus, the input voltage Vs can be written as I into R1, current flowing into this resistance, and the resistance value I into R1, and the output voltage Vo can be written as minus IRF. The closed loop gain AVF it is written as V0 by Vs, means output voltage upon input voltage. Substituting the expression of V0 and Vs, V0 value is minus IRF and the Vs value is IR1. IR1, I cancel out, so value is RF upon R1. Therefore, closed loop voltage gain AVF is minus RF R1, and also output voltage is written as AVF into the Vs. The negative sign, this negative sign indicates that there is a phase shift of 180 degree between input and output voltages. The conclusion from the expression of this AVF is that the value of the closed loop voltage AVF does not depend on the value of open loop gain. AVF is not depend on the open loop voltage gain AV. The value of AVF can be easily varied, adjusted by adjusting the value of RF and the R1. Generally, the feedback resistance RF is a potentiometer to adjust the gain to its desired value. The third is the output voltage is an amplified and inverted version of the input voltage. If we consider RF is equal to 2 kilo ohm and R1 is equal to 1 kilo ohm, then AVF is 2 by 1, means 2. AVF value is 2. Means if we apply a 1 volt in input voltage, then we get the 180 degree phase shift output voltage, and its value is multiplied by AVF value, means 2. Therefore, we get 2 volt 180 degree phase shift with respect to the input voltage. Understand? The next is ideal closed loop characteristics. Ideal closed loop characteristic. We have already obtained the value of ideal closed loop gain. Now let us obtain the ideal closed loop input resistance and output resistance value. From figure A, we conclude that input resistance RIF, means input resistance with the external feedback, is denoted as R suffix IF. Okay, input resistance RIF is a resistance seen by the voltage Vs in this direction, voltage seen by this voltage input. Since V2 is equal to 0 due to the virtual ground concept, it means whenever V1 is equal to 0, due to virtual ground, V2 is also 0. This concept is called as a virtual ground. So V2 is equal to 0, therefore RIF is equal to this resistance R1 only, means resistance between point A and ground. Resistance between point A and ground, this is a RIF, input resistance with the external feedback. This shows that the input resistance of inverting amplifier with the ideal op-amp is equal to only R1 instead of the infinity. For ideal op-amp with open loop gain, RI value is infinity. But with the external feedback, the value of input resistance Ri is this value R1. This is the biggest advantage of inverting configuration. Now second figure shows output resistance value. From figure we can see that output resistance RO is equal to 0, or it is denoted as R suffix OF. This is because the output resistance of ideal op-amp R0 is 0. Means for ideal op-amp, input resistance Ri is infinity and output resistance RO is 0. But ideal op-amp with the closed loop characteristics, the input resistance RIF is R1, means resistance connected at the input side, and output resistance ROF is 0. These are the GTU question that we covered in this video, and our next topic is non-inverting amplifier, that will be covered in our next video. Thank you.